Okay, we got another game here in the Paul Morphy series, and it was Paul Morphy versus Alonzo Morphy, which was Paul's father. And this game took place in 1854, and at the time Paul was approximately 17 years of age, and in this game he was given odds to his father. He gave up his rook that was on A1. So we start the game, which is king's pawn opening, E4, and black plays E5, and knight to F3. And black plays knight to C6, white plays bishop to C4, and black plays knight to F6. And white plays knight to G5, black plays D5, and white takes, and black recaptures with the knight on D5. Now, at this point, next move by Paul is a nice move, knight to F7, and that's a fork on the queen and the rook, and the only feasible way out is to capture with the king. And then you can see I highlight these squares in yellow because this is the path that the king's going to travel. Paul's going to force this king all the way across the board back to his side, so you're going to see how this happens as this progresses. Queen to F3 check, and the king's on the move. Knight to C3, and now we have three attackers on the D5 knight. Now black plays knight to D4, attacking white's queen, and Paul simply captures the knight on D5 and check, moving the king, and then moves his queen to a safe location on F7. Next move is bishop to E6, threatening the queen, and Paul takes with the bishop, and then black captures the bishop with the knight on E6. Now, knight to E4 is check, moving the king down to D5. And then a nice little pawn move here, C4, check. Now, the king's going to take the knight and also move one more rank down, and then Paul captures the knight that was on E6. Now black's going to bring his queen into play, the D4, and then white plays queen to G4, check, and king's going to move one more rank down to D3, and then queen to E2, check. And there's one move for black, and that's king to C2. And then from here, nice little discover check, pawn to D3, and it's pretty much over from here. King's going to capture the bishop on C1, and Paul castles and checkmates, and that's good stuff right there. You can see the path, he traveled all the way across the board and checkmates him with castle. Very nice. I hope you enjoyed this.